Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're tackling a topic that sounds, well, incredibly simple, but is actually surprisingly difficult: doing absolutely nothing. We're going to explore the art of silent sitting meditation and this really profound concept called pure witnessing awareness. I mean, think about it for a second. When was the last time you literally just sat quietly without trying to change, control, suppress, or improve whatever you were experiencing right then and there? No mantras, no special breathing techniques, just pure presence. It sounds super easy, right? But as we're going to see, it actually presents one of the most fascinating challenges to the modern mind.
If you've ever tried to just sit perfectly still for 5 minutes, you know exactly how hard it can be. So why is doing nothing one of our absolute greatest challenges? Well, it's mostly because our minds are just so used to constant, nonstop activity. We're literally always doing something, planning our day, replaying past conversations, judging ourselves, judging other people, or just reacting to whatever is happening around us. Our brains are essentially these high-speed trains of thought. So when we suddenly hit the brakes and invite a totally different approach, when we try to just sit quietly and stay present without getting tangled up in all those mental distractions, it feels completely foreign. It's tough because we're breaking a deeply ingrained habit of constant mental motion. But here's the good news. There is a profound antidote to all this daily mental exhaustion, and it all comes down to witnessing. Now, what exactly do we mean by witnessing? It simply means observing your experiences without becoming identified with them. I really want us to slow down here for a second and let that sink in. Instead of following a thought down a rabbit hole or fighting off a feeling of anxiety, you just watch them. You become the observer. You step back and you watch the thoughts, the emotions, the physical sensations, and the memories just drift by, almost like clouds in the sky. This fundamental attitude of observation is the absolute bedrock of silent sitting. Let's move along and see how this builds. First, we'll look at the challenge of doing nothing. Then, the power of pure witnessing. Third, a step-by-step practice. Fourth, overcoming common meditation challenges. And finally, bringing this awareness into your daily life.
Section 1. The challenge of doing nothing.
The core of this whole practice is awareness without interference. When you try silent sitting, you don't need any special breathing patterns. There aren't any mantras to repeat or any complicated visualizations to hold in your mind. The real challenge is letting go of the need to do something to get a result. Imagine you're sitting there quietly and suddenly, bam, a thought about an upcoming work deadline pops up. Normally, your active mind takes over, right? You start analyzing the deadline, maybe even arguing with yourself about how you really should have started earlier. You are totally trapped in it. But the witness takes a completely different approach. As the observer, you simply note to yourself, a thought is present. And that's it. You don't engage. You just acknowledge it's there and allow it to pass. It's this brilliant, fundamental shift in how you relate to your own brain.
Moving into Section 2. The power of pure witnessing.
Now, you might be wondering, what is the actual point of all this? If I'm not actively trying to fix anything, what am I actually achieving? Well, the goal isn't to force some state of artificial calmness or to magically stop your thoughts entirely. The goal is just to observe them. Because when you stop forcing things, these incredible benefits just naturally emerge. First off, you develop that pure witnessing awareness, which creates this amazing inner stability. You start to realize that while thoughts and emotions come and go, your actual awareness remains constant. Second, you reduce mental overactivity. By not chasing after every thought, your mind naturally starts to slow down. Third, you improve your emotional balance. Emotions usually gain power when we resist them or cling to them, but when we just let them happen, our reactions become way less intense. You also get a massive boost to your concentration, which is a real game changer for work and relationships. Plus, it promotes this deep inner peace that only comes from observing without resistance. And lastly, it massively increases your self-awareness, shining a light on all those unconscious reactions and habitual patterns we all have. And the crazy part? All of this comes simply from observing.
Section 3. The step-by-step practice.
I want to assure you right now that this is incredibly accessible. You can literally implement this immediately after we finish today. No special equipment needed, just you, a quiet spot, and a willingness to sit. If you're a beginner, you might start by sitting for about 10 to 15 minutes. Intermediate folks usually aim for 20 to 30 minutes, and advanced practitioners might go for 45 to 60 minutes or even longer. But now, what's really interesting about this is that the exact number of minutes isn't the main takeaway. It's that consistency matters so much more than duration. Sitting for 10 minutes every single day is vastly more powerful than forcing yourself to sit for an hour once a month. Start small, for sure, but just be consistent.
All right, let's walk through the active setup phase. Step 1, pick a quiet place where you won't be interrupted and just sit comfortably. A chair, a cushion, a mat, whatever works for you. Just keep your spine naturally upright, but definitely not stiff or rigid. Step 2 is crucial. Relax. Actually bring your awareness to your body and consciously let go of the tension in your face, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, and your stomach. Just let your breathing do its natural thing. Then we hit step 3, which is the absolute heart of the practice. Do nothing. Seriously, don't try to control your breath, don't visualize anything, just sit. And finally, step 4, observe whatever happens. And by the way, absolute silence in your room isn't required at all. If there are external sounds, they just become part of what you're observing.
So, as you sit there observing, what exactly are you supposed to be looking at? Well, you're going to observe thoughts, and honestly, they might be popping up nonstop. Just watch them come and go. You'll observe emotions. Whatever feelings bubble up, just let them exist without fighting them. You're going to observe physical sensations too. You might notice pressure, a bit of warmth, maybe a weird tingling sensation, an itch, or even just a feeling of relaxation. Just observe it. You'll observe sounds. Listen to them without labeling them in your head as good, bad, or super annoying. And you'll observe your own breathing. The absolutely vital rule for all of this is simply to watch these things come and go without trying to control a single one of them.
Now, inevitably, your mind is going to wander. You're going to get completely swept away by a random thought. And that is completely 100% normal. But I really want you to remember this. The moment of noticing is itself awareness. When you suddenly realize, oh wow, I've been lost in thought for the last 3 minutes, that very realization means you are back. You are aware again. The only internal action you need to take right then is to gently return to observing. Seriously, do not criticize yourself. Don't get frustrated. Just remain the observer, allow the distraction to be what it was, and gently step back into witnessing. Section 4, Overcoming Meditation Challenges. Okay, let's be real, it isn't always perfectly smooth sailing. Some sessions are going to feel peaceful and amazing, while others might leave you feeling restless, totally bored, or highly emotional. So the crucial point here is how we handle those specific hurdles, using the art of non-interference. Not every uncomfortable experience needs to be fixed. If you feel restlessness, like that intense urge to shift around or get up, your non-interfering action is to literally just observe the restlessness itself. If you start feeling sleepy, just maintain your posture and stay aware of the fact that you're drowsy. If you're experiencing excessive thinking, which honestly happens a lot just because you're finally paying attention to your loud brain, just continue observing the thoughts. And if you feel impatient, sitting there wondering, is this even working? Well, you guessed it, observe the impatience. Every single challenge just becomes part of the observation. The whole shebang simply becomes your meditation.
Section 5, Awareness in Daily Life. The profound stillness and clarity you manage to find while sitting on a cushion or in a chair, it isn't meant to just stay there. You can actually bring this witnessing awareness into almost any activity you do. You can practice pure awareness while you're taking a walk, eating lunch, working at your desk, listening to a friend, speaking, or just resting on the couch. After a meditation session, a lot of people report this really beautiful afterglow, feeling super calm, centered, clear-minded, and emotionally steady. By carrying that sense of awareness out into your daily activities, it gradually just becomes a natural part of how you live. You stop reacting blindly to whatever life throws at you, and you start witnessing it with real clarity. If we had to distill this entire philosophy, this whole profound practice of pure witnessing, down to its absolute core essence, it would be exactly this. Sit, observe, allow, and remain aware. It is just so beautifully simple, yet so deeply transformative. By simply observing whatever arises without judging it or trying to control it, you uncover this deeper dimension of consciousness. And the best part is, it's always there, just waiting quietly, right beneath the everyday noise of your thoughts and sensations. So, we're going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Take a look at your life, your daily stresses, your constant striving to fix and manage every single little detail of your internal world. What would happen if you stopped trying to change your experience and simply witnessed it? Just think about how much peace you might actually find if you just let things be. It's a pretty powerful question to ask yourself. And honestly, the only way to find the answer is to take a seat, get comfortable, and do absolutely nothing.